Prayer for death or at the time of dying. So let's chant mantra 17 together. Vayuranyamamritam adhedam vasmantam sariram Om krado smara kritam smara krado smara kritam smara. It's in the Gayatri meter. Only the last line is repeated 2 times. Isopanisad is praying, let this temporary body be burned to ashes, and let the air of life be merged with the totality of air. Now, O my Lord, please remember all my sacrifices, and because you are the ultimate beneficiary, means enjoy. Please remember all that I have done for you. He's asking for the air of life to be merged with the totality of air. So the acharyas, basically what it means, the air will merge anyway. Yes, when we die. So basically, what the acharyas explain, it means that before we die, we should give up our subtle body. So let the subtle body merge with the totality of Mahatattva or of matter. Let it go to Mahatattva. So in other words, give up the mind, the intelligence and the false ego, and including the senses are connected with the mind. These senses are just like the gloves, unsure, on top of our real subtle senses. So he says, let it all merge. So in other words, after we have given up, after we have surrendered the subtle body, so that's his first step, Vayur Anilam Amritam, and then Adhedam, then at that time, Adha, after I have renounced my attachment to the subtle body, after I renounced my attachment to enjoying and even to suffering. Of course, I don't know how much are you attached to suffering here in Switzerland. Maybe you're not so much attached to suffering here. But these are, if I cannot enjoy, at least I can suffer. It's something I can do. So when we have renounced our subtle body, then Basmantam Shriram, then this body can burn, no problem. If it burns before that, I will have to take rebirth. So in other words, if I'm still attached, if I still have false ego, if I'm still attached to the anything, to any enjoyment, controllership, appreciation, so this is 3 main needs, yes, that Krishna mentions in the Bhagavad Gita. If we give them up, we become completely peaceful. So we have to accept that Krishna is the enjoyer, because we Bhaktaram Yagatapasam, so attachment to enjoyership, and this is coming out in Prabhupada's translation of the first mantra in Isopanisad. So he's the owner. Ishavasyan is explaining it. He's the owner and he's the controller. Sarvaloka Maheshwara. And the third one, Suhridam Sarvabhutanam, that I'm the friend of all living entities. Yeah, so everybody should appreciate me. And sometimes we complain, or we play the victim, or we try to suffer because we want some compassion or friendly feelings. So if we still have some of these attachments, or anger, material anger, or which arises when we have desire to control, so they can be of different levels. Beginning with apathy, which is like the lowest level of, like, what do you feel? Nothing, So this is a feeling called apathy. And grief, sadness, fear, anger, lust, and pride. This is the range of material feelings. And even like material courage, there's a good feeling, it's already a positive feeling, courage, and some pious things. Still, there can be some subtle pride. So, as long as you keep this material identification, I am a sage, I am a great devotee, I know God. It can also be an identification. They say, it is explained that Narada Muni's last contamination that he had was attachment. You know this? Yes? Do you remember what it was?
Yes, he was looking animal, but it is...
To nature, attachment.
Yes.
Attachment to nature. He liked forest, he liked natural beauty and things like this. So he saw Krishna, but only one time. And then Krishna said, well, because you're not completely perfect, that's why you'll not see me again till the end of life. So it's very painful, but he became completely free from all attachments, and then he became Narada Muni, very Narada Muni. So the devotee prays here, may my subtle body merge with the totality of matter, may it go back to the subtle matter, and then this body, after that, this body can burn, no problem, let it burn. And Om Kratos Smara Kritam Smara Kratos Smara Kritam Smara. So this, please remember my sacrifices. So different acharyas give different explanations of this. Baladev Vidyabhushan says that first he said, the first line is he speaks to the mind. Remember devotional service that you were doing. Because the mind may remember something else. It's hard to guess what can happen at the time of death, what we will be focused upon, what we will remember at the time of death. So it's telling the mind, oh mind, please remember the sacrifice, remember the sacrifice, do this, even die in the mood of sacrifice. And then it says that the second line is directed to the Lord. And some acharyas are saying, why is he speaking two times? One is to, Vedanta Deshika, I think he says that. He says two times because of urgency. Like, you know, when something has to be done quickly, we say, do it, do it. Yes? We repeat two times. So Vedanta Deshika says that because he's dying, so that's why he's saying, Om Kratos Smara Kritam Smara Kratos Smara Kritam Smara, that please remember, Lord, please remember me. Of course, he says, there's no need to remind the Lord, because even if we die like a stone or something, the Lord will remember us. The Lord will not forget us. There's no necessity to remind the Lord about anything. Other acharyas, they say that he's just remembering the name of God. One of the names is Kratu, which means sacrifice. Yeah, Prabhupada gives this in his word by word, O enjoyer of all sacrifices. You can see Prabhupada gives a very subtle and nice commentaries which no one else gives. Like in the previous verse we had this Kalyana Tamam, that this is the most auspicious form. No other acharya gives this fine explanation that there is auspicious, more auspicious and most auspicious. Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. That's Prabhupada's very beautiful commentary, very beautiful analysis. Or how he translates Prajapatya, because Prajapatya, addressing the Lord, why is he calling the Lord Prajapatya? So some say because he's the father of Brahma, some say he's Vamana. But Prabhupada very nicely, again, I didn't see this in anyone, any commentators' comments. Prabhupada, in a very subtle way, he translates Adi-Purusha as progenitor, thus subtly commenting on Prajapati, that you are the first, you are the Adi, you are the beginning of all the living entities. Prabhupada is very beautiful subtle comment. So here in word by word you can see Prabhupada says Om, he translates, O my Lord. So Om is a famous name of the Lord. In Yoga Sutras also it is mentioned by Patanjali as the name of the Lord, and then he says that Tad Japa, if you chant Japa of the name of the Lord, then it removes all obstacles to Samadhi. So it removes all obstacles. And so that's the name of the Lord, and Kratu is the name of the Lord. So the devotee is focusing his mind on the Lord and on this sacrificial mentality. Prabhupada writes, in the purport, the highest development of one's spiritual sense is described in this mantra. One should give up the material body, which will be turned to ashes, and allow the air of life to merge into the eternal reservoir of air. So, devotees, this is usually the first thing that devotees have achieved. Devotees are not afraid of death. Right? Usually devotees are more or less peaceful about death. As we hear nice lectures by Markandeya Rishi, he's sharing his experience in the cancer ward, in the cancer hospital, how some people are terrified lying next to him and they cannot believe how easy devotees are speaking about death and joking about death all the time. Also, I called my mother recently and she said she has to go for operation to remove the gallbladder. She has some stones there, so she says, please pray for me that that the Lord allows me a few more years, because who knows, operation is never unpredictable. Although it's a very simple operation nowadays, but who knows. So she says, still I don't want to die. So how to remove fear, so that fear is removed when we don't think we are the body and when we are free from attachments, from all the attachments. And for devotees, that's usually the first covering that goes. Devotees are usually not attached to staying, holding on to this body. Much easier. And very often Krishna helps the devotee. In Vrindavan, many devotees come to die, and there are so many stories. Prabhupada writes here that devotees practice because the rule is yam yam vāpi smaran bhavam. Whatever you remember, there you will go, and you will remember that which we remembered most of the time during our life. So that's why we practice remembering Krishna throughout our life. We need practice. But then Prabhupada says, devotee, this prayer is given to remind the Lord of the devotee's sacrifices, but even if there is no such reminder, the Lord does not forget the service rendered by his pure devotee. So, there are different stories. Like there was one of my friends. He was serving his first temple president, who came to Vrindavan to die. He went for some regular checkup, medical checkup, and all of a sudden it turned out that he has cancer. And in the last stage, inoperable, cannot be done anything, nothing can be done already. His whole body already cancer. So he went to Vrindavan and he was serving. So he was in pain for and then one day this friend of mine, his name is Chakrin, he came. He was a temple president, Ananda Pragyata his name. So he was a temple president and book distributor for about 10 years when they discovered that. And then Chakrina says that he came one day and then he saw that he became peaceful. He was no longer in pain and he looked completely different. So he said, oh, you look different today. I said, no, everything is all right. So he said, but you also look almost happy. Did anything happened? Anything changed? He was first refusing to say anything, but then later he said, well, I saw Radharani. Radharani came, she said, "Don't worry, everything will be okay." And he died in complete peace, without pain. And there are many stories like this. There was this Italian devotee, Namahata, yes, also a distributor, who said also that Radharani, before he died, came and she showed him the real Vrindavan, and he was just before dying, the last things he was saying were bellissimo, bellissimo. It's just like, the most beautiful, how beautiful. He saw the real Vrindavan. So the Lord doesn't forget Prabhu. So, of course, Radharani, very merciful, and Gauranga. But it's good if we dedicate our life to service, so that it's easier for the Lord to remember us, and also for us to remember the Lord. For me, it's a problem. I know. Every time some danger comes, I forget about Krishna. I need to. I don't know how to do this. Every time something happens, like I remember in Sweden once in BBT, I was awakened in the middle of the night because there was a fire in the building, and there was a loud cracking, and the doors were burning and cracking, and somebody was knocking on the doors and shouting, and I remember I woke up and I came out, and the hall was full of smoke, and all I was thinking, what to do? So where is the fire extinguisher? Where is water? Where is that? And I was just, thinking what I can do, and then I felt something is missing, something is wrong. And then only after already the fire was put out, I remembered what was wrong. I completely forgot about Krishna. I was just thinking about fire extinguishers and about what to do, how to put it out. Completely forgot about Krishna. Or another time, I remember we were driving in the mountains with, he was book distributor #1 in the world several times. Aprameya from Russia, from Ukraine actually, or from Russia. He lives in Malaysia now. And some people were saying that he was distributing books a little bit in a pushy way, or in some, not completely nice. But at this trip I saw that it's not an accident that he is #1. I mean, he has very deep Krishna consciousness, because we were in his car. It was a very good car, but at one point in the mountains, as we were going down, we saw on the turn there was like a small traffic jam. Many cars were staying, and his driver presses the brake doesn't work. So he presses the brake, and the brake doesn't work. He presses, it doesn't work. And we are all looking, and on the left there are cars going up, in front the cars are standing, still, and on the right it's this far down. And so I remember my thoughts at that time were, okay, how can we, break the car? Some crazy ideas, open the door and break it with the legs, or jump out, or no, I was just in a practical mode. What do you do here? What do you do now? But this Aprameya, immediately, as soon as he realized what's happening, he immediately started Krishna, 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 and then at some 10th time the brake worked actually, and he went off the road a little bit, so we would crash if we didn't go a little bit off the road, but we stopped. All right. But then I realized that he didn't, think about any crazy ideas. How do you stop the car with your legs on the mountain road? But immediately turned to the only person who could actually do something. He immediately remembered Krishna. And what would, where would I go if we actually died at that moment? Where would I be next lifetime? I don't know. Chauffeur or something? Driver? So I have a problem with this, in these unexpected moments, to remember Krishna. So it needs practice. You need to practice while living. So while living, we have two kinds of duties. Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes here a very interesting point. You can see this is in the middle. It's a large purport here. So this is in the middle. It starts Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, if you can find. Explains these verses in this way. One should regard a devotee of Krishna to be on the right path of the saints, even though such a devotee may seem to be sudurashara, a person of loose character. One should try to understand the real purport of the word sudurashara. The conditioned soul has to act for double functions, so two duties, namely for the maintenance of the body and also social interactions and intelligence, and again for self-realization. So basically two general duties. So here you see social status, mental development, cleanliness, austerity, nourishment, and the struggle for existence are all for the maintenance of the body. The self-realization part of one's activities is executed in one's occupation as a devotee of the Lord, and one performs actions in that connection also. One must perform these two different functions along parallel lines, because a conditioned soul cannot give up the maintenance of his body. Without the body, how can we chant? Without the body, we know even with the body we have trouble chanting. If we just imagine if we didn't have the body, we are sitting chanting, and you start Hare Krishna, and by already Krishna Krishna, the mind goes to China or to Germany or to Brazil or wherever, And so if we didn't have the body to come back to, we wouldn't even be able to chant. We would just be, totally here, there. Ghosts cannot practice spiritual lives. So, but we need the body to at least. Then after traveling around the world a few times, then I notice, oh, I'm Hare Krishna. Oh, okay. So I'm chanting. I'm Krishna. Krishna. Okay, Krishna is the moving, non-moving, the kind, self-sufficient philosopher, and Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. At least I have some anchor to come back to. So we need the body, we have to maintain the body. So there are some duties, cleanliness, like we brush the teeth and take bath. This is not bhakti in itself, but it's to keep the body clean and in working order. Diet, exercise, and so forth, all these things. So along parallel lines, because a conditioned soul cannot give up the maintenance of his body. The proportion of activities for maintenance of the body decreases, however, in proportion to the increase in devotional service. So those living in the temple are very lucky. You can put it in a very nice proportion. As long as the proportion of devotional service does not come to the right point, there is a chance for an occasional exhibition of worldliness. But it should be noted that such worldliness cannot continue for long, because by the grace of the Lord, such imperfections will come to an end very shortly. Therefore, the path of devotional service is the only right path. If one is on the right path, even an occasional occurrence of worldliness does not hamper one in the advancement of self-realization. So, this is the same what Patanjali says, that yeah, you can meditate on many different things, but only one object of meditation will actually actively help you. If you meditate on the Lord, He will help you. So this is the idea of these verses. Yes, personal effort, yeah, we do the best we can. But how much can we do? We need mercy. So these are the prayers for mercy. So bhakti is the only advisable path. Bhakti consisting of the 9 processes, hearing, so Prabhupada gives the processes and the examples. So hearing, exemplified by whom? Parikshit, yes. Chanting, Shukadev. Praying, Akrura. Remembering Prahlad. Worshipping Prithu. Serving the lotus feet. Lakshmi, yes. Personal service, Hanuman, yes. Friendship, Arjuna, and surrendering everything, body, yeah. Yes. So this is the best. So therefore, hear, remember, and chant. This is the conclusion. So Prabhupada concludes: unless one is accustomed to devotional service, what will he remember at the time of death, when the body is dislocated? And how can he pray to the Almighty Lord to remember his sacrifices? Sacrifice means denying the interest of the senses. One has to learn this art by employing the senses in the service of the Lord during one's lifetime. One can utilize the results of such practice at the time of death. And the last mantra, a very beautiful prayer, let us chant. Agne naya supadharaye asman vishvani deva vayunani vidvan yuyodhyasman juranameno bhuishtam te namauktim vidhema. O my Lord, as powerful as fire, O omnipotent one, now I offer you all obeisances, falling on the ground at your feet. So, what can I offer you? The only thing I can offer you is my obeisances, because everything is anyway yours. Ishavasana. So the best I can offer is my obeisances. And also nama has the meaning not mine. So nama, obeisances means not mine. During the yagya, idam Vishnaya idam namama, Om Swaha. This belongs to Vishnu and not to me. So nama, not mine. I'm offering my obeisances, nama. Oh my Lord, please lead me on the right path to reach you. And reach you, Raye. And Raye, the Acharyas explain, Raya means treasure. So to achieve treasure, to find the greatest treasure of loving devotion to you, to achieve you, the highest award, the highest treasure, as the gopis of Vrindavan are praying, that you are the ornament of all the girls and of all the men. So you yourself are the ornament of the Bhushana Bhushanangam. Your body is the ornament of your ornaments. Usually when we put ornaments, we look more attractive, or we attract more attention. Sometimes it's quite surprising for men how can a woman transform by spending some time with before a mirror. And as my sister was saying that her friend, she said to her friend, just go and take out the garbage from the kitchen. She says, well, I have no time. She says, what do you mean no time? It takes 5 minutes, 2 minutes. She says, what do you mean 2 minutes? It means I have to choose the dress, then I have to spend 15 minutes, putting cosmetics on my face. Then I have to, it will take half an hour before I can go out, so the neighbors can see me. But Krishna is Bhushana Bhushanangam. It's not that he's made more beautiful by the ornaments, but ornaments are made more beautiful by him. So he's the greatest treasure. So lead me to yourself. Lead me on the right path to reach you. And since you know all that I have done in the past, all my sins and all my good deeds, all my thoughts, please free me from the reactions to my past sins, so that there will be no hindrance to my progress. So please remove the obstacles. Juhuranam, remove the obstacles, hindrances. And the Acharyas explain that the main hindrance is kutilam, or duplicity, so lack of honesty, honesty with ourselves and with others. The main thing, of course, is with ourselves, to accept our impurities, to accept who we are, and be humble and surrender. So that's honesty. Beautiful verse, isn't it? Beautiful prayer. So, Srila Prabhupada again emphasizes in the purport the importance of human birth, responsibility. So coming back to mantra 3, human life is life of responsibility. And then in the human life, Brahminical qualities, qualifications. It's very interesting here. He speaks about developing Brahminical qualities. And for that we need spiritual master. And we become a Brahmana by qualities, not by birth. And then Prabhupada quotes this famous verse from the Gita that after many lifetimes of cultivating knowledge, we become perfect when we surrender to Krishna. And then we see the Lord everywhere. So this is the general procedure, many lifetimes. But one who surrenders at the very beginning, as recommended in this mantra, at once surpasses all preliminary stages simply by adopting the devotional attitude. So, he quotes Sarvadhanam Parityaja, Mamekam Saranam Raja. So, immediately surrender to the Lord. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that these verses may be, especially the previous one, may be seen as a request for freedom. So that would be a little bit like Jnana Mishra Bhakti. Then he says this will be a door to pure Bhakti. So we want to give up all the obstacles. So we totally surrender of all ego and we want to give up all the obstacles. And then we can, by such surrender, we become pure. So until we surrender, when we are still surrendering, maybe there may be still desire for purification. And this is alright. This can push us forward. This is sattvic bhakti. That's why Prabhupada speaks about Brahminical qualities here. So then he says, the Lord is in the heart and He can give directions to His sincere devotees by which they can attain the right path. Such directions are especially offered to the devotee, even if he desires something else. As far as others are concerned, God gives sanction to the doer only at the risk of the doer. So for devotee, Krishna personally guides him. Non-devotees, he just gives him a sanction. Okay, so you want to do this. And such directions can be given in two ways. Prabhupada writes. One is by way of the saints, scriptures, and spiritual master, Guru Sadhu Shastra. And the other is by way of the Lord Himself, who resides within the heart of everyone. So this speaks about the necessity to accept a spiritual master, and this is both a shortcut and it's a necessity. It makes the path very fast, calls Krishna's mercy to us. So Krishna talks to us through the Shastra, through devotees, through Guru, and from the heart. It reminds me of one story. Devotees were distributing books, and then they called on some door, and the person inside opened, and he said, "Oh, you have come, please, come in, you brought the books?" And it's an unusual, it's not what they usually get. So, yes, we brought the books. Yes, about God, yes? I said, yes, about God. So, please come in, I was waiting for you since morning. So they were, surprised. How did you know we are in, we are distributing books? We are in town. He said, well, I was reading the Bible and I was praying to God. Oh, please give me more. Please give me more. Please guide me further. Please give me more knowledge. And last night I saw angels in a dream, and you were with them. There were you as angels and some other angels, and you said that today we will come and we will bring you the books that you are asking for. So you have come, thank you. Where are the books? So, yeah, as Tamal Krishna Maharaj, he asked Prabhupada, isn't it that Christian, there may be sincere people among Christians and Judaists and Muslims who can achieve success? Prabhupada said yes, there are sincere people, and now they have joined us, you can see. First, there are saints in every, and even pure devotees, practically in every religion. The Lord guides from the heart.